From the campus at the college at Brockport, this is News for Brockport.
Hello and welcome to News for Brockport. I'm Jared Barg.
And I'm Julia Yepes. Our top story explores the law behind Governor Cuomo's latest efforts to combat and prevent sexual assault on college campuses in New York.
The governor recently announced the new Enough is Enough campaign. The campaign is part of the governor's push for passage of legislation combating sexual assault on college campuses. The new campaign is designed to strengthen Title IX, a federal clause prohibiting discrimination based on sex at any federally funded educational institution. Those who know about Title IX think that it is strictly about sports. Taryn Mogavero works in the Title IX office here on the campus. Mogavero has dedicated her senior seminar to discussing elements of Title IX.
Past 2 semesters, and I'm just kind of culminating my experience with both of those classes into this, and basically I'm looking at students' perspectives on Title IX and what amount of knowledge they have on it. From my experience, when I interned, I had friends and they would ask me like, oh, where do you intern? And I told them Title IX office. I had friends telling me they thought Title IX was cheerleading. I had a friend who thought I interned at parking services. Yeah, so I found like my peers, they were just completely like misguided on what Title IX was, which is kind of what got me interested in researching it. So the students that even are informed are minimally informed.
Sex discrimination and gendered violence is a huge issue worldwide. Reporter Jessica Tesoriero has more on what Brockport is doing to address the issue of sexual assault and rape on campus.
This is a familiar scene every year. These students and faculty from the college at Brockport are part of 1 Billion and Rising. It's an annual flash mob event held around the world where people stand up against violence against women. The dance may be fun, but its purpose is much deeper.
So the dance comes out of Eve Ensler's V-Day movement. It was with her 2012 call. She wanted to bring out 1 billion people in dance as a gesture of movement so that we come together and rise. And the rising was logistically and legitimately to stand up and move. So the power of movement, I think, comes with the dance.
Dr. Barb Lee Savoy is the chair of the Women and Gender Studies Department. Lee Savoy and other campus clubs are responsible for putting on the annual event.
So the call was for 1 billion to come out and dance to raise awareness about violence against women. And so we responded to the call in 2012 with our first 1 Billion Rising. We did 1 Billion Rising again last February, and we're doing it again today. It is staged purposely and intentionally on or around Valentine's Day, and because violence often is between people that we know, that Valentine's Day sometimes can be a trigger. And so we use this as an alternate Valentine's Day celebration.
This year, 1 Billion and Rising was dedicated to a tragedy that hits home.
We had a tragedy on our campus, which was a student who was murdered in the residence hall. So when we rose on February 2013, it was very much with Alexander Krogot in our mind, and that has forever changed the landscape of the way we live and work. She and her life is always in front of us as taken. And so it's important to us in a very personal way that we rise and remember Alex, but really we rise for all victims and survivors of gender-based violence.
1 in 3 women and girls be raped or beaten during their lifetime. 1 Billion and Rising is dedicated to spreading awareness about violence against women. News for Brockport, I'm Jessica Tesoriero.
Rob Lindenmuth is standing by in the News for Weather Center with a first look at the week ahead. Rob?
Well, over the past several days, we have had just a taste of spring, and with spring being only 10 days away, we should be experiencing some warmer temperatures, right? Well, I'm tracking a storm system that will be moving through the area this weekend. I'll have the full details in the full forecast coming up later in the show.
I hope Rob is right. It's been much too long of a winter.
It really has been. I'm just ready to trade in my shovel for some flip-flops.
I hear you. Speaking of boots and shovels, Brockport students needed both during the winter. For many commuters, just getting from the parking lots to classes was a challenge. Every day, students drive in from all over the region to the college at Brockport, and every day they face the same headaches: parking. Parking is a problem on campus anytime, But when you add mountains of snow to the mix, parking becomes a nightmare. This is what most commuters faced almost every day during the height of winter. Huge mountains of snow that blocked valuable parking spots. Senior Corey Krupe says he spent many days circling these lots in search of a parking spot.
I usually try to get here 20 to 30 minutes prior to when my class starts, and that's just to find a pre-parking spot in the parking lot to wait for a parking spot. I've literally waited for 15 minutes, waited for someone to get in their car. I followed them, and they finally got in their car, and someone else took the spot. It's very frustrating.
Krupe says the weather makes parking an even greater challenge because people can't see the parking spaces, which forces them to park in weird ways and weird places. Did you get a look at those snow piles, Julia? I cannot believe how much snow there was, and I cannot even tell you how many times my own car was buried under those snow.
I did, and those snow piles were no joke. I think I'm going to hold on to those winter tools a little longer.
Hopefully those snow mountains are a thing of the past. Let's check in with Rob Lindenmuth in the News 4 Weather Center. Please tell us we're out of the woods, Rob.
Well, we might be out of the forest, but we're not quite yet out of the woods, but it could be worse. In 1993, there was a superstorm that moved through our area around this same week that brought with it near 2 feet of snow in a record low 960 millibars. That's a very, very low reading for a low pressure system to move through our area. But that's not what we will be experiencing this weekend. As you can see, Friday night into Saturday evening, that storm system that I mentioned earlier will be moving through the area and bringing with it some snow showers, maybe mixed with some rain into the later parts of Friday afternoon. Now, Thursday will not be as nice as what it was today. However, it will still remain sunny throughout the afternoon, but those brisk winds coming off of Lake Ontario will make it feel much cooler near the lake shore. Now, that snow will continue to melt through the remainder of this week. Through Friday, we can expect a gradual melting with snow rapidly decreasing. Those snow mounds in the parking lots will start to decrease as well. However, it will bring a threat for some freezing of the roads into the mornings when the temperatures are low. Now, next week, winter will be returning. There's going to be this big shot of cold air moving into our area, and with it, it's going to be bringing some biting winds across Lake Ontario. Now, I'm not talking single digits or sub-zero temperatures, but temperatures will be cooler than what we have been experiencing the last several days. Now, taking a look at the 7-day forecast, Thursday, 35 degrees, mostly sunny skies. That trend will continue into Friday and Saturday, becoming very pleasant. Temperatures back into the mid to upper 40s, maybe even hitting 50 on Friday. However, Saturday, for any of your St. Patrick's Day plans, you might want to bring an umbrella just in case we are expecting some rain showers into the afternoon. And that trend will continue Sunday and even into Monday, before a front moves through on Tuesday, bringing with it that much cooler air. Temperatures on Wednesday will struggle to get out of the upper 20s. Back to you.
Thanks, Rob. During this time of year, many of us dream of far-off places to escape to, places like France, Spain, and Brazil. Students looking for opportunities to study abroad recently found out more about the college program at the annual Study Abroad Fair. During the event, students got a chance to talk with others who've studied abroad. Brockport is actually the biggest SUNY school for abroad programs, offering over 100 programs in roughly 33 different countries all over the world. The Study Abroad office is located in Morgan Hall, where you can find more information on the programs offered or visit their website at brockportabroad.com.
Our final story this week involves a local treasure found right here in the waters of Brockport swimming pool. 9-year-old national champion Betty Dunn is one of the swimmers who uses the college's pool almost every day. After a lifetime worth of swimming, she's achieved over 200 medals, or as she likes to call it, 2 buckets full. Dunn says that she's been swimming for 86 years and uses the campus's pool 3 times a week. Having had both knees replaced, swimming is one way the 90-year-old Dunn stays in shape. In fact, she says she feels better after swimming. And if that last name sounds familiar, it should. Dunn owns the local furniture store, Dunn's Furniture. This national swimming champion and local business owner is truly a treasure in Brockport's community.
What a great end to this week's newscast, Julia. That was a great story.
Yeah, you know, I met Betty and she was just an incredible woman. I'm happy I got the chance to interview her. For all of us here at News for Brockport, thanks for joining us.